robust urban garlic flavor.
This is just an ordinary Friday with nothing special going on except a new premiere of a game and Friday night fights. But guess what? They both don't hit the goal, so let's see how Phil reacts as his hopes and dreams come crashing down because he's not going to be able to play Champions tonight.
I don't know how I'm supposed to know if it saves or not. I know the game has autosave, but it's insanely stupid that they're not giving me a hard save point at this point. I don't want to have to redo big chunks of the game, so I'm waiting. It's already almost 20 minutes overtime. I can smell dinner. Love it.
Yeah, he could smell dinner, but after he finishes the game, he doesn't immediately end the stream. He has to scold his fans for not giving enough money. This guy's unbelievable.
After 3.5, almost 4 hours of the game, my thoughts are thus.
Why haven't you given me more money, guys? Come on, I played the game, guys. You should have given me more money, guys.
I just hope that you guys will give it a chance. It seems like today, we didn't get much of a crowd. It seemed like my usuals, but no one really was that interested in it. I hope that more people will come back next time, all right? All right, guys, well, thank you. See you next time for more Chronos.
And now we turn off the gameplay so we go in full-on panhandling mode.
Okay. There's a couple, I'm assuming, small tips here to shout out. Yep, a couple small tips to shout out that were going on during that crazy segment. But I needed to get through it and save the game. I wasn't going to waste time. I'm actually going to be doing it as a night stream. Maybe the game will do better at night because it's a horror game.
Like, my thoughts are, it seems like Only Ice Coffee is only showing up during the night stream, so...
But obviously, it's release day. I wanted to give it a shot as a daytime stream. Before we've tried it as a night stream, you know? So, I guess we'll see what happens, but I think we're going to be playing it Sunday night. Yeah, it's going to be Sunday night's night stream paired with Metal Gear, I believe.
Yeah, the game you complained about not hitting a goal the third time, even though the first and second time you did very well on each of those streams. So you're going to hit a goal Sunday day, most likely, and then during the night, this is not going to hit a goal, so have fun with that. Who knows, maybe Only Ice Coffee will pity you, or I'm Done Sakai will come back and give you lots of money when you're like that.
2 small tips came in. There was a $4... Oh, okay. Okay. So that person earlier, PayPal bunch of morons, was actually the person who was trying to tip me earlier and their tips got frozen. I didn't know that. I don't know who actually moderated them, if it was me or someone else, but they got moderated because people didn't know who it was.
Yeah, but you're the only one who has access to your PayPal. So how could one of your moderators freeze a tip? That doesn't make any sense.
And they misconstrued it and thought that what they were saying was like insulting when it wasn't. I guess they were actually complaining about PayPal.
If this was a PayPal tip, what you're talking about makes absolutely no sense. Unless they came in on your YouTube chat, told you they had a tip, and then you just banned them. Which is my guess you thought it was insulting because you thought it was calling your PayPigs idiots for giving you money.
Yeah. It was confusing. So I unbanned the account. Okay. And thank you for the $4. I understand it was a frustrating day because you kept trying to tip me and it wouldn't go through. This one did go through. And this is bizarre because the 2 tips earlier did not go through, but now this one did. I don't get it. Anyway, well, thank you for the $4. Thank you for the tips earlier. Sorry they froze. Like I said, if and when they do unfreeze, I'll count them towards a future stream. And I do hope that you'll come back despite your frustrations today, because the person basically saying they're really frustrated because first the PayPal stuff froze, then they got their account blocked on Kick and they don't know what's going on. It's obviously it's a mistake. No one knew what was going on. Okay.
Oh, so somebody banned him on Kick. And the thing is, DSP doesn't have a lot of moderators, or at least you don't see that in chat. So most of the time it's Phil. And I'm sure there is a log, which the detractors have probably uncovered, that shows you who banned PayPal for a bunch of morons, or whatever his name was. And it was probably Phil because he thought it was insulting him. Good job, Phil. Way to make that money. Just start banning everybody that isn't Only Ice Coffee giving you money, and we'll see how many goals you hit then.
So hopefully you'll come back in the future. Sorry about the problems. Obviously, I didn't create the PayPal problem. I don't know what the problem is over there. Okay. All right. So, that's it. So, guys, tonight, it's Friday Night Fights returning for the first time in ages. We have not done a Friday Night Fights in like 3 weeks to a month. It's always been like Thursdays now. All right? So I hope that you guys will join me tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, for old school Street Fighter fun. Okay? Okay. All right, guys. So I hope to see you tonight for Friday Night Fights. For those who did chill, enjoy, and support, I appreciate you. It really sucks. Yet another stream, we're not hitting the goal. It sucks. I don't know what else to say. These goals, we're barely hitting them. So now DSP Tries It is not going to be on Tuesday. I really wanted it to be, but now it looks like we're not going to do it.
And you know what everybody is thinking now? They're thinking, okay, the whale is going to come in Sunday, Monday, and give a ton of money so DSP can do DSP Tries It earlier on in the week than what would happen organically.
That's right. After many weeks away from doing fighting games on Friday nights, this week we return back to form. We try to get back into line, although it's definitely not going to be every Friday. Reason being, number one, usually when there's a new release on Friday, it ends up throwing things for a loop. And as you know, I've been doing marathons on Fridays. We've had weird things with days off.
Ooh, so I watched the daily wrap before this, and now it makes more sense. DSP is shifting his schedule, so Friday night fights are not going to be a reality for long because he just doesn't want to stream Friday nights this game anymore.
Like I know, for example, I was just talking to my wife today, and I think in 2 to 3 weeks, my days off are going to be completely different. Like there's going to be a week where we have like a Thursday, Friday off coming up. Not next week, I don't think, but I think like in another 2 or 3 weeks. So that's going to throw it off. But at least for now, Friday Night Fights is back.
It never made any sense to me why he chose Saturday as the day off, because if you want to do things with less hassle like errands, you're better off doing it during the weekday. But who am I to critique Phil's big plans about everything? And honestly, if he streamed on Saturday, he'd probably make more money. What do I know? Because he did stream on Saturday a couple of weeks ago, but he didn't hit a goal either of those streams. So I don't know. Maybe his fans are just have a lot of time on the weekdays, but have their calendars full on the weekends.
I hope that you guys are ready for fighting game fun. It's been a week, right? More than a week since I got to play CVS 2. I'm excited for tonight. I hope that you guys are too. All right. Super Mega Tilt wants extra salt tonight. He wants extra salt. Well, you might get it. I guess it depends on the connections and how cheap the players are. Excuse me, the scrubs are, because they are scrubs. They actually don't understand how to play the game. You know, they really are quite bad at it. All these LARPers, all these sock accounts on Kick. Keep in mind that I'm not one of these FGC heads who needs to data mine the game and find out every single piece of information about the meta before the game's even out, like they've done with every fighting game. It's pathetic. So, anyway.
Look at me, guys. I'm just a casual gamer here. I'm a blue-collar worker. I don't get special treatment from anybody.
Yes, played Marvel Rivals back when it was a beta, and then I played it again when it fully came out. People didn't really like it that much. They found it very boring. They said it was basically Fortnite with a skin, which I was like, I can't really argue with that. It pretty much is. I enjoyed it, but the audience did not, so we never went back to it.
AKA, it meant the contributions were low.
I do want to try to end the stream around 9:30ish because I want to make a video about my initial impressions on Chronos, which I played earlier today for about 3.5 hours.
He did not get that opportunity. Instead, he bundled it in with his daily wrap. I don't know why he does that, but this is the guy who in his infinite wisdom uploads like 8 videos a day. So nothing he does makes any sense. It's just all stupidity that is shielded by e-begging because it keeps it all afloat. It's like a house of cards that's hanging very precariously.
Doing an early impressions video like that of it might work out as like a channel highlight. So because of that, I don't want to stick around super late tonight. I'll try to end around 9:30ish.
I think those videos honestly just get views because when you click on his channel, it pops up, it plays for 2 seconds, and that may count as a view. I'm serious. Because who's watching him besides, you know, the Clippers? I mean, you hear from time to time that there are some people like, oh, I'm watching this playthrough from like 8 years ago. I'm like, okay. But it's not a huge amount of people. It's like 20 people maybe.
It would be great if you guys could support the stream tonight. To be honest with you guys, this week has been up and down and all around. There were some days this week where support was absolutely great. There were some days this week where support was absolutely slow. There's some days where it was like a great stream and then a slow stream. So
honestly, you better get used to it, Phil, because if Iron Dent Sakai doesn't come crawling back, you're relying on Only Iced Coffee and a couple of other people to hit those goals for you. So it's not going to happen every single night because they're not going to be eager to give you all their money 12 times a week. Maybe 3 or 4, but not 12.
Earlier today with Chronos, we didn't even hit $100 of support. For a new release day, I didn't even hit $100 of support.
The caveat to that being that it was a survival horror game. He played Ludo and that thing flopped very recently, so I guess it's not in the taste of whoever's watching right now.
The attendance was decent, so I don't really get it. I thought that the game was good. It was a good to watch. I think people were enjoying themselves, so I have no clue.
The thing is, when you stream 12 times a week with as small an audience as you have, you're going to have trouble hitting the goals every single stream. It's just a reality, but you're too boneheaded to realize it.
But hopefully you guys tonight will support this stream. Let's make this stream a great final stream of the week, right? Let's hit it strong, hit it fast. Let's go. Let's hit the goal and get into good position.
That did not happen, thankfully.
Thing is, originally I thought we might hit the goals before that happened, and I wanted to have a reward for before that, but it looks like there's no way. So, you know, we're at 44 still. We're still stuck. We haven't, you know, been consistently gaining goals. At most, we've been hitting like one a day. So let's hit a goal tonight. Since I didn't hit it earlier, right? Let's go. Let's hit that goal tonight. Get to 45, and then 5 more goals for next week to do the new Taco Bell Decades menu, shall we?
He's very antsy tonight because he thinks that if Iron Den Sakai didn't come in, he would have been having a really slow week. The reality is that Iron Den Sakai dropped so much money that his other whales were like, okay, Phil's good this week. So he hasn't hit a double goal besides that stream Sunday where he did 5 goals. So yeah, that's what Phil is kind of panicking about. He doesn't realize if Iron Den Sakai didn't drop all that money, then someone else probably would have made up the difference, or at least part of it.
Really? Thank you for getting the momentum started. What did we have for dinner? We actually had a pizza in the oven, a frozen pizza, rising crust freschetta.
Cue the snack pizza memes.
We had a few options, but basically we didn't feel like cooking any of them. Like, we already had chicken sausage a ton this week, and it was another meal that was going to have chicken sausage, and we're like, ugh, we had it like 2-3 times enough. So we just tossed the pizza in the oven and ate it. That was dinner. Keep in mind, I didn't do a DSP Tries It this week, right? We did Calorie Mate, which is a nutritional snack, and that was it. So I didn't even eat fast food this week, so I guess it's okay to eat the pizza. Did we have chicken sausage before I played the Tony DLC? Oh, yeah, at least once. At least once, if not twice, seriously. Yeah, because yesterday, well, no, one day we had the protein pasta with the chicken sausage. That was probably the first attempt to play Ballad of Gay Tony, I think. Is DSP Tries It about reviewing fast food exclusively? Well, let's see. The last episode, I reviewed Calorie Mate nutritional snacks, which are a tie-in with Metal Gear Solid Delta. And before then, I did a flight of beers. So I guess the answer would be no, considering we haven't done an actual fast food taste test in many, many weeks.
Yeah, so the lore of it mainly being fast food, he hasn't always done just fast food ones, but largely they're fast food because him and Panda Lee would just go to a restaurant, they'd order something for like 10 bucks, they put it on YouTube, DSP would make $200 on that video. This was before the adpocalypse.
Me, I bust. You support me, I will work harder. I will work more. I will try to do my best to entertain you all.
No, that's not the case. You could say that in theory because before, once he hit the 150, he usually just clam up. Now, he's always trying to hit a double goal. He doesn't try to make the stream more entertaining. He just may beg a little less now, but he's always pushing the begging. That's the point of the content. It doesn't make him a better live streamer if you give him $200. He's going to be like, okay, thanks. And then the next day, if he's not getting that, he's going to whine and complain that you didn't give him $200.
All right. And I hope that you have seen that this year. Has there not been a huge change in the way of content that I'm making now, right? Really? So I hope you understand that.
Alright, let me run down the changes for you. Most of them are cosmetic. The first thing, he accepted super chats, which means he has a goal that is just 150 now instead of 500, 100, and 150 because he got rid of the vest and the hats. The second thing, he has a green screen cover, so he now plays with a green screen background. And the third thing, RGB lights. Yeah, does that make the gameplay better? No. Does it mean his streams are better? Cosmetically, they look better. But I don't know. I kind of like the appeal of the old stuff. I will say one thing. The microphone that he eventually got it to work right because it basically takes out all the background noise that he has. Because before, like, if you boosted up audio from like 3 years ago, you can hear the air conditioner running in the background. So I'll give him that.
Oh, absolutely. I enjoy the streaming more since the improvements. Are you kidding me? This is so much fun. Now I actually have a good looking set. I get to mess with stuff every day, make it look fun and special and different. It's added effort, but I know that effort pays off and people like it, you know? So yeah, absolutely. Since I got all this new stuff going and everything, it's been way more fun. For sure.
I would like to remind everybody that just yesterday, DSP ranted for 25 minutes about the RGB lights in his setup. So yeah, I don't think he's having more fun. I think he's honestly more annoyed because since he admitted to playing Champions, less people have been tuning in.
That is true, though. I'll agree with Naitomi or Naitomiya 215s. It's still not as good as LTG setup. I'll have to agree on that. I mean, you can't beat a cat tree sitting behind you with a plain wall and a white door behind you that it looks like you live in your grandma's house, and at any moment she'll burst through the door and tell you to take the trash out, right? Or, you know, why didn't you wash the dishes this morning? You know? Or maybe, like, you know, his ex bursting through the door asking him where's his child support payment that he's behind on. That, you know, I can't beat that. There's nothing I could ever do.
DSP really does not like being compared to LTG because he considers LTG to be a complete joke. And if DSP thinks that you're comparing him with LTG, he thinks that you also see him as a joke. So that's why he always has to establish himself as on a higher tier than low tier god.
It sucks my setup doesn't have a cat tree. I'll tell you this, if my setup had a cat tree, Jasper wouldn't use it. Because we've had 2 cat trees in the house ever since we got Jasper. One of the cat trees he literally never used, to the point where we just finally took it out of the room and put it in the garage because it was just taking up space. The other one, he rarely uses. Like once in a blue moon, he'll climb this thing and maybe go inside and sleep in one of the little, you know, enclosures. He almost never uses them. He just doesn't like them. Okay, so guys, we're going to start in about 5 minutes. Please, let's get support for tonight's stream. All right, you know that once I start playing, I have to focus on the game. Right? I have to focus. I can't be talking with you guys all night when I'm playing CVS2, and these sets can tend to be pretty long. So I would appreciate support. Again, we have not had a super well-supported stream this week. It's been back and forth, and earlier today we did not hit a support goal. So tonight it's important that we end the stream, or that we end the week strong with a goal hit tonight. Okay? So let's go.
Yeah, you heard him. DSP didn't get money earlier today, so it's imperative that he gets money later on. Dude, it's not your audience's problem.
Keep in mind, next week will be great. Next week, we're balancing so much. Next week, it's more Metal Gear Solid Delta, and we're probably going to finish it next week. We've got more Chronos, the New Dawn, which I hope you'll check out on the channel. The videos are live right now from earlier today's premiere stream. We're going to have more Sweet Code N2. Silk Song, yes, per your request, Silk Song will begin as a real playthrough next week. We're going to do that. And Gears of War Reloaded. We're going to finish the campaign of that. So there's a ton coming up next week. Good variety of stuff. No, I'm not hyped for the new Street Fighter movie. I don't care. It looks pretty stupid.
Yeah, Eric Andre is going to be one of the characters, so you know that'll be awesome. I'm sure DSP doesn't like that brand of comedy because it's actually funny. Yeah, I don't get why DSP is trying to hype his, like, weekly schedule up because, like, he's playing games. It's like, okay, I'm playing games this week. I'm playing games next week. Good job, Philip.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to get started because I don't want to take too long. I want to start tonight and get a good amount of gameplay in. Like I said, I have to leave around 9:30 tonight. But please support the stream. Chris is here with a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, a hallmark of these fighting streams is that DSP thinks he can't e-beg constantly because he's too focused on the match, even though he complains that there's just lag and stuff that happens all the time. So it's like, DSP plays a match, then he begs. DSP plays a match, then he begs. That's the cycle.
Oh, because the lights are on. I think the green screen's malfunctioning. Hold on, let me turn the lights off. Oh. Attention! That's not what I meant to hit. Hold on. He tried to roll mash and abuse lag, and it didn't pay off for him. No, sir, it did not. I jumped over, and it still hit me. Great connection. I was over the uppercut. Notice the insane amount of repeated mash jabs on Wake Up, which don't work in the game but only work online. Because when you're playing offline, you could do reversal Wake Up, and you get an invincibility frame that blows through the mash jab. When you play online, netcode actually supports mash jab and says, oh, mash jab just beats everything you do. Even if you time the reversal perfectly, it'll still hit you anyway. So it's just a scrub tactic from idiots who don't know how to play the game, and they do it all the time because they suck. Mash jab. Roll throw. Mash short. Roll throw. Right. 100% online lag abusing scrub.
This is gonna be a match to remember.
Roll throw. Sure. Somehow the uppercut reached halfway across the screen. If you say so. If you say so. Bye. Don't ask me what he was doing. I have no idea. Look like he was throwing a fireball from point blank range. Awful. Mash jab. Roll throw from insane distance. Just mash uppercut, hope it goes through. Didn't time it or anything. He's just going like this, hoping that it blows through my hit string. He's just rolling and mashing. See what I mean? Again, he's like, I'm online. I'll just keep rolling and mashing buttons and hope it hits. Roll super, roll mash, roll mash. That's all he's doing. Terrible players. Every player on this is awful garbage. No one ever would just do roll mash in an offline CVS2 tournament. It doesn't work. You can punish it every time, but all these mouth-drooling idiots do it constantly. It's so bad. He literally doesn't know how to play. He does random special moves and roll mashes. What a scrub. Oh my goodness. Awful player. Look at that, roll super. Literal roll random super, hope it hits. And again, you cannot block it online. They'll do roll instant super and the game won't let you block the super.
For a guy who plays a ton of online and says that it's entirely different from the offline version, why haven't you adapted to the strategies that are online to do better in that game? Like, adapt to the format. Aren't you this pro fighting game player? Is that what you're trying to tell us all? But it just sounds like you're whiny.
What a scrub. Scrub. Look at this. And a nice leg spike at the end of the match. Very nice. And then an R2 Sagat. So at least he's mixing it up now. At least he's stopped with the mash scrubby Joe. I'll give him that. At least he's picking characters where he won't have to mash as much. He tried to roll and mash super. Then he tried to mash electricity. Unbelievable. He is such a button masher. You saw that? What? It shows me catch the roll with a sweep, rolls it back, and gives him a 360. What a great game, huh? What a great game. And no, you cannot do spinning pile driver in the middle of that hit string I was doing. That's just because of the lag online.
I never comprehend why he's playing online if he just constantly complains about lag.
I did a move. I stuffed it, dropped the input, or delayed the input, so I can't stop the roll mash button. Awful. It's fine. I'm still going to win, but it's pathetic. See? I'm still going to win, but, you know, complete scrubbiness. Awful play. Yes, I know other combos. The problem is they're not working. There are other combos except the spinning bird kick combo, but number one, that's the optimal combo for these characters I'm fighting because they're too tall to be able to duck the spinning bird kick. And number two, the other combos don't come out. Every time I'm hitting him with the level 2 kick super, I'm canceling it to the level 1 kick super. The game doesn't give it to me because the online play is awful and it drops your puts and mistimes them. You know, because to cancel one super into another is a timed, skillful input, while what he's doing with button mashing is just mashing a button like an idiot. That's the difference.
You know, I really want to see him enter a tournament and see how well he'd do.
Oh, roll super, and I stuffed it. I timed the kick correctly to stop the roll, and the game says, no, just give him random super because the game sucks online. He didn't time it, he just roll mashed, and it gave him the super over my time. So he takes almost 50% health off by Chun-Li by mashing buttons. He should be dead, but you know, give him all the in the world because the game sucks online. Wow, nice mash. Look at that, it's just, he keeps roll mashing. He does it every game. Roll random special move and hope for the best. It's so bad. It's such bad gameplay. Random Shoryuken, just hope for the best. Love it. I'll just toss out a random Shoryuken and lag. Can't do anything. Look at that! Roll super in lag again! And I can't do anything about it. If it blocked, I win. But the game gives him a super that hits me from behind because the game lags. You cannot do anything about roll super. The guy is awful.
Yeah, so I think you get the point. DSP is a massive complainer and sore loser, so let's just go skip to the begging part because he's going to be doing this all night, I'm sure.
All right, the climb continues, guys. Please support Friday Night Fights, the return to Fridays, and please support old school fighting games. I want to end this week strong. We have had several different streams where we've had low support this week, but then we've had streams where support was great. Obviously, I want to end strong tonight, so we have a good head start into the rewards of DSP Tries It next week. Again, on Tuesday, if we can hit it by then, it's going to be DSP Tries It, the new Decades menu at Taco Bell that's just starting up. Haven't been to Taco Bell in a long time, so it'll be great. Come on.
Actually, you are pretty well ahead because you didn't really do well about hitting the goals this week. So you have 6 to go, which is very doable for a 12 stream week. So congratulations. And honestly, I was surprised we only had one rant that I had to cut out because of all the profanity before we got to the begging parts. It doesn't work if you don't threaten to wage quit the game, Phil.
Oh God, lag right at the beginning. That's not a good sign. For the record, I didn't do that roll. I wasn't trying to do that roll. I was trying to do a standing fierce, and it gave me a full fierce roll. I jumped and pressed the button. I land, and she gets a 2-hit move. I don't know what happened. Where was my input? Completely dropped.
So he's playing a viewer, which is funny because you can tell how the criticism change. It's not the opponent abusing lag and stuff like that. It's now the game dropping DSP's inputs. Okay then, Phil.
Come on, guys. Let's get some support for Classic Street Fighter and the return of Friday Night Fights. Let's get some subs on Kick. This week has been one of the slowest weeks for Kick ever. I'm not kidding. Let's get some subs tonight right now on Kick. Even a single sub, let's get one.
Yeah, he just happens to ban a soccer account on YouTube on Monday and the Kick support dried up. I wonder what happened, if those two things were related or not.
I got a $2 tip saying, can you unban Terry Bogard from Kick? I'll make sure he gives a sub for it. How about Terry Bogard stops being a toxic?
I don't think he'll do that, Phil, but if he's given money, just let him be toxic, seriously.
How about if Terry Bogard apologizes and says, okay, I'm not going to be talking when Phil's playing games anymore and saying dumb, and then maybe I'll unban him. How about that? Terry Bogard gifted a sub. Well, there you go. Terry Bogard wants to be unbanned and gifted a sub. Well, Terry Bogard, how about this? If I unban you and you act like that again, I'm banning you again, and this time I'm not unbanning you.
Wow, the lengths people do for theatrics. They won't even just make another account. But don't worry, Terry, he won't remember if he banned you or not if it's 3 months down the line because Jin Brain.
What's going on, Jax? Jax Fracture did a $25 super chat. So thank you so much, Jax, for a very generous super chat. That's our biggest contribution of the night by a mile. We're now at 51 bucks of support and climbing. Please, guys, support Classic Fighting Games. Please support Classic Fighting Games tonight. Let's get some more support. Let's get to 100 bucks right now. Seriously, let's get to 100.
They're not really incentivized to give you money for this because you're not wage quitting the game, so they're going to save their money for the games that you will wage quit. It's as simple as that. That's the downside of threatening to wage quit most games. The games they know you aren't going to, they're going to hold support.
Come on, guys. Can we get some support for Classic Fighting Games? Please, let's get some support. Like I said, let's get some more momentum towards the 100 goal. We're at 50 now. Well, we got about an hour left on stream. Let's get to 100. All right, well, guys, that's the first hour. Let's take a break, and then we'll jump back in. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to stand up and stretch. Thanks for chilling. One more hour left on the stream, everybody. Now, guys, we're at 51 bucks of support. Let's get some more. Let's please get to another, milestone here. Let's hit that goal tonight. Sadly, we haven't hit a goal half the time this week. We didn't hit a goal earlier today for the new game Chronos. We didn't hit a goal for Sweet Kodan. We didn't hit a goal for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So every day we're not hitting the goal, and now we're never going to get DSP tries it.
Yeah, we're never going to do something that we do every single week. Wow.
Can we get some support? I mean, seriously, I got to look at Kick. What is going on over on Kick? This week, no exaggeration, biggest contributor's a troll. Then we got Your Future Stepdad. We had Relaxing, Chill, Fun. Ether gave a few, CJ gave a few, and that's it. It's like one sub. So we barely got even like outside of the troll idiot, we didn't even get like 30 subs this week. That's the whole week.
Mind you, 30 subs is $150, and he only averages about 50 viewers concurrently. He's shaming his audience. He's gonna say, hey, we have this quota, and you better fill it.
Can we get support? Can we get some support for fighting games? I keep these in the rotation because I like them, because they have a place in the rotation, and I think that it's good variety for the channel. But I'm most definitely noticing dwindling support for it, right? The last 2-3 times we played this, we only made like 50 bucks, and now tonight we're at 51. Please, let's get some support, all right? Here, I'm just gonna stretch my legs here.
Ah, man, this is so pathetic. He doesn't get that everything is connected to every other thing. When you have a small audience and you threaten to wage quit games, this is what happens. They hold their money for what they feel like they want to see the most. And they know that this is low priority because you're more inclined to keep it, but you can't have that. So you have to pretend that you want to really wage quit this game, even though you play it for your own enjoyment. Although I doubt you're having a lot of fun unless you just like to complain.
I get stiff. Whenever I play fighting games, I get stiff sitting there because I'm all tense holding the joystick and everything. It's like intense on the butt, on everything, on the back.
Pity me, guys. Give me money because I'm hurting myself. Who's dumb enough to fall for that?
Oh, all right. Come on. Now is the time. If anyone's gonna contribute now, so I can shout it out. Because if you contribute when I'm playing, I can't shout it out until the sets are done. Can we get some support right now before I start up the next hour? Come on, let's go. Apricot, you literally have never donated once ever. You're a complete lying jerk. Get out of here. You've never donated once.
Yeah, he knows who gives him money and who doesn't. He's just gonna sit there and ban people and look at the chat and wait for donations. Like, this is how he thinks he needs to act to get money. Isn't that really just pathetic? That he's up here, okay, I'm on my soapbox, give me money, give me money, give me money. And then nobody does, because they see through this nonsense. It's completely stupid. He's wasting everybody's time with this stupidity.
Well, if you're going to support Silksong, good, because I will be playing Silksong later.
Like I told you, when you constantly threaten to wage quit games, people are going to hold their money for the games that they really want to see you play. So, for instance, Silksong is on the chopping block. Capcom is not, so people are going to preserve their money for other things like Silksong.
They really have to stop, but they're only, and not in our lifetimes will they have new netcode. Because the FGC is just a bunch of ignorant people, man. They really are. They're just ignorant. They don't care about the quality as long as it looks good on their freaking stream monster streams. It's pretty sad. It is.
This is Phil just talking salty because he's not one of those popular fighting game community players.
Someone did a $2 tip saying, wager, win 3 matches without a top tier team, $100. No, I don't believe you. You're a liar. You'll never do it. Thanks for $2. You'll never do it, though. Don't believe you whatsoever. Absolutely not. And what's the point picking a low tier team when I'm trying to level up my account? The idea is that I'm trying to get to master rank and grandmaster rank. Why would I pick a low tier team? I'm not an idiot.
1, they don't care about what you're doing. 2, they want to see you rage. 3, they weren't going to give you money anyway, so they wanted to see you rage about that as well. That's what the thing is. It's all about getting you to get angry. And even tipping you $2, saying that they're going to give you $100 is going to make you angry regardless, so it succeeded.
I don't count Sunday as part of the same week because it's not. Sunday is the start of a new week and always has been on a calendar, at least for English-speaking countries. I don't know about, like, the Mesopotamian calendar or whatever, but Sunday is the first day of a new week.
Yeah, I was curious, so I looked this up, but because you think weekend, Saturday, Sunday, that should be the end of the week, but no, in the United States, we have it starting on Sunday.
I'm doing nothing! Again, I'm literally doing nothing. Oh, here he's attacking me. Guys, can we please get some more support for Friday Night Fights? At this point, this really sucks. I'm not kidding. The last 3 to 4 times that I've played fighting game, we're not even hitting like $100 goal. So do I give up? I don't want to. I like fighting games, but if we got to give up, I guess we do. It sucks. I don't want to play Street Fighter 6. This is the one I like. I am leveling up in it, but it doesn't seem to be getting much support anymore and much love. I don't know what else to say. If we do Friday Night Fights, Jax Raxer always comes by and supports. And then outside of that, it's a few random people here or there, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Come on, guys, I like this game. You will pay me for it? Where?
Can we please get some support before the end of the night? We've only got like 20, 30 minutes left tops, okay?
The thing is, when you play games that you like instead of what your fans like, there's going to be a disconnect, so you have to bridge that gap and be entertaining. Not just swear constantly when the match doesn't go your way, and claim that everybody else you're facing is a scrub. People actually want him to play Street Fighter, but he refuses because he's garbage at that game.
LTG is never going to play me. You guys can just give up on it. He's never going to play me. Once a year, I'll tease him around Evo as usual, but he will never play me. He's a cowardly scrub. I'm sorry to hear that someone got your credit card and bought $44 of Krispy Kreme today, Soulmate. That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, the Soulmate could have wasted that $44 on DSP instead.
All the scrubs have run. Do we give up on fighting games? That sucks. I don't want to give up on fighting games. I love fighting games, but there's nothing to play. Awful Street Fighter 6. Can't get into another one like Tekken. It's too late. You know, I'm waiting for something new. I guess, like I said, when the Mortal Kombat collection comes out, right? I never even got to Master. I tried, but playing once a week, you'll never get to Master. That's the problem. Even winning the amount of points I'm winning, I still can't get to master.
Yeah, you see the problem here is DSP loves fighting games, but he hates losing at them, so that ultra-competitive aspect makes him a complete tool. He doesn't get that it doesn't make entertaining content for his fans, it just makes entertaining content for trolls.
Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. Someone tipped $1 saying there's duty stream leaks and he can't wait till they happen. Will I talk about them next week? No, I don't care. I don't care about any of my detractors. I don't care about any of these at all.
There's duty stream leaks every 5 seconds. Come on. But last summer, Phil did dedicate a podcast to Duty because he thought he was on top of the world and untouchable. Yeah, he gave another rambling 5-minute thing about the new horror game he played, which he could have actually put as a clip, but, you know, Phil, not intelligent enough to do that.
Someone tipped another $1 talking about drama. Again, I don't care. I really want no involvement in drama, okay?
Except when it's about Phil's personal finances, he'll make that a huge drama show like he's doing right now.
Guys, last chance to support the stream. Can we hit $100 by the end of the stream, please? You've been a great crowd, and I appreciate you. But it would be great if we actually hit $100. We didn't even hit $100 on the first stream. So it would be great if we could do it tonight.
Yep, what we were seeing here is the classic second half of the night stream, desperate begging. Because he knows he's not making as much as he expects, so the begging is going to go into overdrive now.
Guys, if we get any kind of last minute support, please get me to $100 tonight. Let's beat the stream from earlier today.
Phil, there's absolutely no reason to get you to $100 anymore. If you're far away from the goal, there's no point in getting closer to it if you're not going to actually eclipse it. So people are like, he's playing this game anyway. I'm not going to give him money for it.
All right, I'm not going to pick this team. I'm going to try to actually win a few matches before we adjourn now because I'm out of time.
He proceeds to stream for 20 more minutes.
So guys, last chance to support retro fighting games. I am actually disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I thought bringing back Friday Night Fights for the first time in ages that we'd get a good crowd that would support the stream when we hit the goal tonight. It sucks that we have not. I really was counting on it because we had so many days this week that we didn't, including earlier today, which I'm shocked we didn't hit it for a new game. But it is what it is. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about fighting games now.
Phil, the issue is that you've thrown it off for so many weeks that people are getting confused or where it's going to be, so you have to have a build-up. This is just the first stream back, so you have to make up for the streams that you lost.
Alright, I'll probably play one more. It just so sucks, like, we're out of time, but I you know, it's hard to even get good matches. Alright, this is legit the last match of the night, guys. I gotta go after this one. So please, last chance, please support this stream. Let's at least get to 100 tonight, please.
Yeah, here's the problem with having a $150 goal when for years you had a 3-tier goal, 50, 100 to 150. Nobody's gonna care about getting to $100 because they're like, it's gonna be a complete waste of my money. I should just save it for a stream where we actually have a chance of hitting the goal or hitting another goal. But he doesn't see it that way. He doesn't get that this is all going to collapse in on his head because he has too high expectations. He's not this big time popular streamer. He's gonna have to go back to the tier gimmick with the hats and such. But he refuses to do that because he's like, oh, I must be popular. The Kino Casino made me popular, so I must be entitled to this automatically. You see, if we're including super chats, I must get more, because the more you give me, the less I get.
Full throw and leg. Unreal. Had to beat him twice. Oh, alright. Well, good games, the King Crimson. I really wish that these matches could be better. I wish that the netcode was better. I wish there was more comp. What can I do, right? I gotta play with what I have. I have to play with what I have. And I hope that at least I entertained you guys. We're almost to Master. I think Master is 30,000, right? So I think we're almost to Master. If we can get another week where there's comp, I might hit Master. You know, we're right there. All right, final shout-outs of the night. Final shout-outs of the night. A bunch of contributions came in.
Yeah, how long do you think he was ignoring those contributions for? Just trying to drum up the hype and trying to get people to give him money? Like, it's just, come on, Whale, give me a bunch of money right now. Make up for this disaster stream.
So we had Jack Schraxer with a $7 super chat, and he says, now you are at least at 100. I hope that you'll play CVS 2 next Friday, and there will be more competition. Me too. I really hope so. You know, I don't know what's going on. But I take that back. I know what's going on. There's no crossplay. Okay, the Evo season is over. People are only sticking around to get cheap wins. The good players went back to Fightcade. Let's be honest. The good players left these ports and went back to Fightcade to do their usual piracy mashing buttons, you know? They're not going to keep playing this at length when there's no crossplay. Then John Michael did another $5 super chat. Sega or Nintendo guy? I was mostly a Nintendo guy because Super Nintendo was my favorite console of all time. But I did have a Sega Genesis and I did like it. But I do think that the SNES was better, okay? In the 90s, that is. And then I got a final $5 tip here from Big Papa Phil, late night at the office. I'll be catching the stream on demand once it's uploaded. All right, sounds good, Big Papa Phil. And like I said, next week it looks like another Friday night.
Yeah, but every other game you play, Minecraft, GTA 4 DLC, GTA 4 with mods, regular, American Truck Sim, you completely can. After your fans rewarded you so many times hitting mini goals just because you didn't want to play those games. Well, this garbage gets a pass because you like it. Congratulations, Phil. You're so scammy.
Okay. So everyone, that is going to be a wrap. Attention! I didn't mean to hit that. All right, hold on.